In this video, I'll show you how to fix the remote control of your Sony soundbar in case it's not working. Even if you don't have the same Sony remote control, don't worry, what I'll show you next applies to almost all models. So the first step, okay, once you see that it's not working, is to disconnect the soundbar from the wall outlet. So I'll go over here, this is my soundbar, and I'll disconnect it. Keep it this way for the moment. Next, you're going to take the remote control and we're going to remove the batteries. All right. Once you've done this, find the power button of the remote control and keep it pressed during 20 seconds. This will drain the remaining energy that was left in the remote control. After 20 seconds, release the button, and I suggest you press every single button of your remote control very hard, at least 3 or 4 times. Because if there is a debris stuck between the button and the board, and one of these buttons are not making contacts with the board, well, unfortunately, the whole remote control will stop working. So by doing this, we're trying to dislodge any dirt, any hair, I don't know, dust that could have entered inside of the remote. All right, once you've done this, next step is to put back the batteries. Connect the soundbar to the wall outlet. Next, power on the soundbar using the button on the soundbar itself, not the one on the remote control. Wait a few seconds until it's completely turned on, and then test out the remote and see if it works. If you're still having issues and this trick didn't do anything, the remote control is still not working, I suggest, I know it's an easy trick, but replace the batteries with brand new ones. Even if they're still having a bit of charge in them, sometimes the remote control won't work, even if there's still a bit of battery left, still a bit of energy left in these batteries. So change them with brand new ones. Now, if after all this, your remote is still not working, my last trick is to do a factory reset of your Sony soundbar. Now, it really depends on which model you have, but typically I'll show you 3 different ways and you can try them. It takes just a few seconds. So first of all, make sure the soundbar is actually turned on and you're seeing something appearing on the screen. Once the soundbar is turned on, you're going to go on the top, you're going to see these buttons. Almost all Sony soundbars have the same buttons. They may look different, but they are in the same order, and yeah, they're over there. There are 5 of them. For this particular model, what I need to do is to press the power button at the same time as the volume down button for 5 seconds. And if I look at the screen over here, I will see reset appearing. Then once you see reset, lift your finger from these buttons. Now, different Sony models have different ways on how to reset them. Some other models, you need to press the power button, the button right beside it, and volume up. All these 3 buttons for 5 seconds, and then you're gonna see reset. If this still doesn't work, other models requires you to press the power button and the volume up button both at the same time to get the same result. So you need to try one of these 3 combinations and find the one that actually works for your Sony soundbar. I also read that some of them requires you to press volume up and volume down for 5 seconds. So again, you can try all of these in less than 2 minutes. Let me show you on mine. So I'll press power and volume down, and I take a look at the screen. Here we go. Once you see reset, you can lift your finger and you just have to wait around 15 seconds. We're not done yet, by the way, so just stick with me a few more seconds. Once you see this message disappearing from the screen, you're gonna see TV or something else. Okay, TV, you see? Now we have to disconnect this power bar, this soundbar from its power source. So simply pull the cable, even if it's turned on, don't worry. Wait around 5 seconds. And after 5 seconds, reconnect the power cable in the back. Usually after you connect it back, the soundbar should power on by itself. Check the screen, it says hello here, please wait, blah, blah, blah. And this is about it. Your Sony soundbar should be finally factory reset it, and if you had trouble connecting it to its subwoofer, this should fix by itself, and many other problems. So please take a moment and comment down below, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. By the way, you may have to repress the power button here to turn it on.